Beatitude Psychology Center is all about empowering people and inspiring them. Today, we have the optometrist, Mashiane. She's coming for the second time, and today she's going to empower us on childhood eyesight problem. May we welcome her and learn from her. Beatitude Psychology Center is all about inspiring, empowering people. The last time we had the optometrist Mashiane, she empowered us about the importance of eye screening. And today we have her again. She is going to empower us on childhood eyesight problems and the importance of our children, the little ones, being screened. You are welcomed.
Thank you.
And over to you.
Morning once more. Last time when I was here, I touched base on the importance of eye screening. I did mention that your eye or your eyes are directly connected to your brain. How? They are directly connected to your brain through the optic nerves that leaves your eyes and goes into your brain in a neural pathway.
When you talk brain, you're talking my language.
I know.
So you are talking about the neural pathway, the nervous system.
The nervous system of your brain. So there is a specific nervous system of your eyes that travels on this highway in your brain until it reaches an area in the occipital part, the back of your brain, where it merges to form your images before you can even identify. It's at such a high speed in an involuntary movement.
So now you are describing it as a highway. You know, I'm trying to imagine a highway, but the way I see your hands is like it's not a straight highway. Tell us more.
It's not a straight highway. It starts straight from the front.
Okay.
And then there your nerves come. And then in the middle, they cross over.
Okay.
And they go around almost here. At the end,
at the occipital area.
At the back, they go and mesh.
Okay.
From the right and the left, they go and mesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now create either a color, either a picture.
You name it.
Wow.
Yes.
So you are saying brain is so involved in eyesight of our little ones, if I hear you well.
Yes.
Okay. Now, at what age are we supposed to get our little ones screened for their eyesight?
The screening, it starts from birth.
Birth?
Yes.
Really?
It starts from birth. We're talking about the brain. At birth, the health professionals that are involved in assisting the parent through childbirth.
Okay.
After they know, they do what they call an acroscope when a child is assessed.
Okay.
Where we come in, you and I, you are a psychologist and an optometrist, is when the head circumference is being measured.
Yes.
It has to be a certain
size.
A certain size. So, having mentioned that we do have a nervous highway, imagine if the brain is compressed or there is a problem with it, and there is the highway.
Okay.
A certain part of your brain is not okay. It hits on your neural pathway. That's where problem starts.
So now we start to see that this child has eye problems.
A lot of factors are going to be involved. A lot of factors are going to be involved.
Okay.
It's the child going to tilt their head?
Okay.
Am I going? Is the child going to look up straight?
Mm-hmm.
You tilt your head, then your head. That means your visual pathway is not straight because you're supposed to look straight.
You remind me that often the nurses, when the child is born, they will move a finger at a certain age or days to check. Can you take us through that? What exactly they will be testing there?
When the nurses do that, they will be testing their eye movements.
Okay.
First, can the child see? When they go for this immunization journey, which was very important. So it's very important not to lose the child's medical record of that.
Okay.
They give it to the mom so that wherever you take your child, you have to take that medical record of your child with.
Okay.
The immunization card. Bear in mind, it's not only the immunization that is being recorded there. It's your child's head to toe that's been recorded.
Okay.
So they'll move their fingers, checking the mobility of the child's eye.
Okay.
The muscles. They'll check everything.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's most important.
Okay.
It starts from zero.
From zero.
You are a being from before you are even born.
Let us not go that far.
Yes.
And now that we are talking childhood eyesight problem, educate us further.
Childhood eyesight problems, I'm going to touch on two.
Okay.
The first one is not that popular.
Okay.
It's called amblyopia.
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 Okay.
Amblyopia is when one eye becomes lazy.
Okay.
Lazy why? Along the neural pathway, there is a problem.
Okay.
And this eye cannot fixate.
The information doesn't just go straight.
Yeah. The eye doesn't fixate. It's not still.
Okay.
Most of the time it moves.
The eye moves most of the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Then there's a problem on the neural pathway. It has to be picked up from the age of 0 to 7.
Okay. 0 to 7 years.
Although when a child grows older and older, it becomes even more and more difficult to help this eye, to force it to see.
The lazy eye.
The lazy eye has to be stimulated to see because it's lazy. You have to get the nerves to work.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And the other type?
The other type is myopia.
Myopia.
Which is nearsightedness.
Okay.
Nearsightedness in the sense that the person, the child, whoever can only see objects at near, can identify objects at near at a certain range. Beyond that, at distance, everything else is blurred.
Oh.
Yes.
What are you saying, Mashiane? These days, we give our children tablets. We call them tablets.
Yeah,
iPads. Yeah, gadgets.
Yes.
They learn from them. So now, if you say this person is able to see near, how will I tell that my child has a problem? Because they hold them very closer to their face.
Okay. The first one is at the toddler stage when they walk. If the myopia can be fairly worse.
Okay.
This child will constantly keep bumping into objects.
We have kids who bump into objects, and often we think it has to do with balance problem.
Yeah, they say they're clumsy.
We say they're clumsy. Yes. It's not about balance.
No.
In some cases, it's not about balance.
Vision.
It's about vision.
It's vision. The child can see. You simply ask the child, can you give me over that cup? Or can you hand me over Nana? Can I please have that pen over there? And Mama, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the child simply looks around. I said, what? They squint like, what?
They don't see it,
They don't see it.
but they see when it's very close to them.
Yes.
Okay.
They watch TV, but then they want to move closer.
Even when the screen is big, I mean, we have wide screens these days.
Yes. You take your child to a fast food outlet where the poor child has to identify
the menu.
the menu
Uh-huh.
with the pictures. And they just say, I cannot see. There we go. You don't know what you want, right? Come on, choose what you want. And instead that the child unfortunately cannot see. And they'll say, Mama, please choose for me.
And we choose for them.
And we choose for them.
We don't identify that this is a problem.
Yeah. If it happens constantly, then you will realize that this child, every time we do a certain thing at a particular distance, when I say look at that, they say no.
Okay.
I cannot see.
Okay. Now, since we're talking eyesight problem during childhood, how can the kindergarten teacher identify that this learner, it seems like, has a problem? Not to diagnose, but just to identify and recommend to the parents that the child needs to be assessed.
For the kindergarten teachers, I give a simple advice.
Okay.
Every time when the schools will open, every time, I mean during the course of the year, not only at the beginning of the year.
Every term.
Because
they have about 4 terms, but they open 3 terms in a year. Okay.
Yes. First, when they reopen, every time, when they put their chance, they teach these children, they should make the children sit a little bit further from the child. Okay. And ask all the children in the class, can you see? Can you see? And observe each and every child. The child that says, no ma'am, I cannot. The child might not be teasing you as a kindergarten teacher. Okay. Make the children to move closer. Make them move. You can start from closer and moving them back, and ask them, can you see? Can you see? Can you see? And then those that say no. Unless the whole class now says, no, now we can see. That means it's much further according to the size of what you'll be showing them. Okay. Then the child that cannot see has to be given a referral. You make the parents aware that you have got this child that cannot see clearly, and then when they go and play, it's not easy for them to integrate with other children. Okay. During playtime, group. During group play. Yeah, okay. During group play. And then for myopia is also in normal schooling from the higher grades. Okay. Those children, they always ask to sit at the front because they cannot see. Unfortunately, those that are tall, taller than the others, the teachers want them to sit at the back because they obscure the visions of the ones that are shorter than them. Then you find that the poor child says, no, I have to look into my friend's book. Okay. In order that I can write, or I simply ask them. But now they've even moved me closer in class. But still I cannot identify those things on the board. That's when you realize that this child has got a problem. Teachers should refer. They shouldn't just say, are you okay? And then it stops there. You can see now? Yes, ma'am, I can see. And then it stops there. They need to refer the child.
You said these children need to be assessed from when they are born to the age of 7. And one can ask, then if they were missed to be identified that they have a problem, how is their future likely to be like?
When it comes to their future is affected to a point that, let me say, a point that affects their career choices. Okay. A point that is just going to break a child. Imagine imagine if you have got amblyopia and you want to be a pilot.
Okay.
Imagine if you have got amblyopia, that, remember amblyopia after the age of 7 is little to nothing that you can do about it. You want to be an artisan, an engineer. You want to take your driver's license.
And a pilot should have the eyesight of an eagle.
Of course. Of course. Otherwise you're all going to go down over a minor problem. There are certain careers that require fitness testing.
Okay.
What you have to do. Especially for engineering side. Where you need both eyes to have good vision.
Okay.
With or without spectacles. Then you've got a child with amblyopia. A gifted child. A child that went through to varsity, chose this career, studied the engineering, only to go and fail their fitness test because of eyesight.
Sure.
Can you just imagine all the years of studying from that 0 age, whatever, up until you graduate, proudly so with your parents, and you are told, unfortunately, you cannot work in this environment.
Sure.
Unfortunately, you cannot work in this particular mine. You cannot take your code 14 driver's license. You cannot take your code 10 driver's license.
Okay.
Because you have to drive. Everywhere you go, you have to drive. There are certain requirements.
Yes.
And then you can only end up with your code 8, of which is a group B or something now. And that is not required there. So there are implications that are just going to shatter one's dream.
Sure.
That they are going to shatter one's dream. And there will people go and say, but the government is unfair. The system only favors a certain kind of people. Yes.
And now the problem here is not unfairness with the government. The truth is that the person is well trained because they were reading closer. They didn't identify that they have eyesight problem, and now they become a danger to others if you offer them a job. Can you imagine an engineer who cannot see well and working with others? He becomes a danger to those who are working with him, I guess.
It reminds me now of a certain case that we had at my other practice.
Okay.
When I saw this child, it's a boy, he's grown up now. He wasn't going to school.
Okay.
Then I asked myself, why isn't he going to school? Fortunate enough, my receptionist child was attending the same school with them.
Okay.
They said no, he dropped out because he cannot see. Clearly. Given the financial situation, the background is coming from, I called him in, only to find out he's got high myopia.
Sure. Now a dropout.
A dropout. It turned out good. That I tested him and we dispensed spectacles for him. He completed his matric with a bachelor.
Beautiful.
He completed his matric with a bachelor. At least he's got something. I don't know how he studied further or what. No, it was a bachelor from Maryland school. So you can see the implication. It was a very high myopia from childhood. And the thing that I say, the child is gifted, but somehow they're going to hit a stumbling block.
Okay. Whew, I feel I'm empowered from this session.
Yes.
And we are looking forward that you will continue to empower us at Beatitude Psychology Center. And I would like to say, can you say a word of closing for today?
Get your eyes tested.
Indeed, we must get our eyes and our kids' eyes tested. And you said in the next coming video, you are going to empower us on dyslexia.
Yeah.
And that is also my area. We see a lot of kids that the teachers prefer thinking is dyslexia, and when we test it's not dyslexia, they need you, they need your spectacles, they need your colleagues.
Even training.
Yes, even training.
Yeah.
Okay. We are so grateful for you coming again today, and we hope we're still going to learn more from you. And from BTH Psychology Center, we say, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Share our link with your loved ones and your colleagues. Let us all be empowered. And don't forget, continue to ring that bell. We have more coming for you. Thank you. Shalom.